body count?
Kyrie's in, from what I've been told. Gordon's still sick and at home, so he will not play. And Al will be out. Al's going to be out probably a few games just to kind of get this thing feeling a lot better. The exact diagnosis is patellofemoral pain syndrome, which I had to like memorize to come in here and say. We tried to do a press release, but we couldn't get it out in time, so they made me memorize it. So, anyways, he's going to be out a little bit, but not too long, and just to strengthen him, get him feeling a lot better. You know, a little bit similar to Morris last year, and make sure that, you know, he feels great instead of going back and forth like this.
Not that you wouldn't keep him out anyway, or an injured player, but is it a little more comforting when you have the kind of depth you have that you can obviously...
Well, we don't have a lot of depth at the 5 if Baines can't play, and Baines is going to go through our workout, and we'll see, but I'd say that he's, you know, at the very best, questionable. So, you know, we do not have a lot of depth there, but we have 2 good players, and Daniel and Rob, that can fill minutes, but you know, obviously having 3 guys out at that position is pretty unique.
Obviously, you're pretty familiar with the Wizards from the last few years, but like, if you've looked at the tape the last few games, some with John Wall, some without, how different is that from your perspective if they're going to have him?
Wizards aren't any different against us. Like we know, obviously, that we've got to play great to have a chance to win. This is a tough place to play. John is great. Bradley's great. Like, you go through the list, you know, they've all hurt us throughout their careers. You add Jeff Green, who obviously can do a lot of things for them. You play in Markieff at the 5 a lot, which puts us in a really tough position because one of those guys has to guard a traditional 4 that really shoots the ball and shooting a way higher percentage of his shots are 3s this year. So, you know, they've had their moments early on. I'm sure they haven't played as well as they had hoped, but that means nothing when we play against each other.
How does Daniel's passing fit into the offense as compared to a guy like that?
I mean, I think they're pretty similar the way they pass the ball. So, you know, we don't change a whole lot of what we do when Dan is at that position. You know, we play a little bit less at the top with some of our other guys, but I think, you know, Daniel's ability to make the right read, hit a backdoor cut, you know, catch and shoot if need be up there, I think is all positive.
Can we just talk pretty extensively about how he's an offensive leader, he feels like this year, and embracing that role? Are there any differences or things you're seeing from him in the way he interacts with the team? Or
no, he's always been good. He's always been good about that. I think the other thing is that, you know, when he first came in, I thought he did a great job of just, you know, just kind of fitting in and, you know, making sure that everybody 1 through 15 knows that he's invested in them. And that's all you can do from a leadership standpoint. It starts with being authentic. It starts with investing in people, and then you have a chance to go from there. And he's done all that stuff.
What does it mean to have a guy like Kyrie and be essentially the best player and embrace that leadership role? You've seen other teams maybe where best player that doesn't embrace it, doesn't know how to handle it. How does it help you as a coach when the best player is willing to take on that role?
Well, we want all 15 of our guys to take on that role. That is an important part of our whole deal, is if you're young, if you're old, you bring something authentic to the table and you're expected to lead, you know, to lead in your own way. Obviously, some voices are going to be stronger than others because, you know, just naturally some guys are louder, and then also some guys are just more accomplished. But we want everybody to feel like they have ownership and have a sense of say from a leadership standpoint. Thanks.